Betsy Jones, Smokey Robinson, and James Brown. 2 new members will be inducted into the Walk of Fame every spring, starting next month with Michael Jackson and Aretha Franklin. Doug, Natasha, back to you.
Very cool honors.
Great story theater. What a place.
Thank you, Kathy.
Yep,
Thank
sure.
you, Kathy. Good to see you. Well, summer is almost here, and that means a lot of kids are about to get a lot of downtime.
Yes. And whether you may be battling senioritis, those kind of kids that are just ready to get the heck out of there, or you're afraid of the summer brain meltdown, keeping your kids engaged, you know, and having them learning during the summer is really difficult, but very crucial. So we brought in Cheryl Gedzelman, and she's here from Tutoring for Success with some helpful hints to keep their minds moving. And Cheryl, you know what you're talking about. You were a teacher, 6th and 7th grade teacher before.
Right, actually it's 5th and 6th grade.
Oh, 5th and 6th. I'm just changing it up on you. Yeah. Seeing if you're there. But as a teacher, you got me.
Yeah.
And that was a bad joke. Anyway, let's move on. So what did you learn from being a teacher?
From being a teacher? Well, what I learned is in the fall, when the kids come to school, we often have to start over, and they've forgotten a lot of math. Their reading skills aren't what they might be because they haven't been reading all summer. And I realized how important it is to do work in the summer. And we don't really consider it work in the summer. We try and make learning fun.
You know, this is the time of year I've heard from so many teachers where the kids are really accelerating the brain here. They've had, you know, several months after the snow and the snow days to really focus on education and learning how to read and do math, whatever it is. As a father of a first grader, I'm really seeing the progress with the reading, and the teachers are telling me, don't let this fall by the wayside this summer. You got to stay on top of it. But as tutoring, conjure up a negative stereotype in some kids' minds. Why do I have to go to tutoring? I did well in school this year.
Actually, kids usually love to be tutored because they really enjoy the one-to-one attention. And it's usually a fun thing. Our tutors try and make tutoring fun. We're not really worksheet oriented. We do home-based tutoring, and we try and catch up on skills that are weak in the summer. We do test preparation, like for the SAT or the ACT. The summer is a really good time for that. Sometimes kids need extra help with writing, and the summer is a time where you can relax and you can write.
How do you think, if you know your child needs some refresher or just some reinforcement for the summer to think, oh, he had a problem with this semester, so going back in the fall, and you want to do it, you mentioned keeping it fun. For moms that maybe can't afford the tutoring or just going to do it at home, what would you recommend to make, well, writing fun, instead of just saying, hey, write me a paragraph?
Well, what I would never do is say that you need to write about this topic. I would always let the kids write about what they want to write about, what's on their mind. And they could do that through many venues. They could write on the internet, they could write letters to their friends, they can write in a diary, they can write movie reviews, they can do all kinds of fun things with writing. But the most important thing I think kids should be doing in the summer is reading for pleasure. And it's very important to read every day, no matter what grade they're in, and also for parents to read to them.
And any kind of reading, right? I mean, comic books are fine. Just keep that brain active, right?
Right. Graphic novels are really popular these days, and that's fine. Magazines are fine. In our family, we go on road trips, and we always have a book on CD, and we all listen to the book.
And the kids get into it, really?
They love it. They prefer it to DVDs. We don't do DVDs in the car.
Yeah,
so.
My kids used to love the books on tape too, and it just seemed to keep them occupied for hours on end. That's where you'd make the great progress on the highways.
Right.
And it doesn't work the same way with DVDs for some reason. I don't know what. Maybe it's the imagination or something.
Maybe, but when you're reading, when you're listening to a book, or when you're reading a book, you're getting the same imagination activities where you're not just seeing everything. You imagine things, you think about things.
So it keeps the brain more active.
It's still reading, even if you're listening.
Right. Tell me how your organization works and how, if a parent is interested in their child being tutored, do they come to you? Do you come to them? Where are you located? How does it work?
We're located in Herndon, Virginia. This is a family business that I started in 1994 because I saw a need for home-based tutoring because parents are so busy in this area that they don't have the time to take their children to a center. And also I noticed that the centers, it's usually a 3-to-1 ratio of children to adults. So we do one-to-one tutoring where the tutor comes to the student's house and
more personal attention.
It's very personal, and in the summer it's especially good because we could work around the vacation schedules. So if they want 3 weeks in August and 1 week in July, we could do that. And so it's a very flexible way to keep up with skills.
Cheryl, thanks for coming in. The name of her tutoring business is called Tutoring for Success Again, out of Herndon. Good to meet you.
You
Good
too.
to see you, Cheryl. Thank you.
Next up on the show, presidential pets may be the only thing both Democrats and Republicans can actually agree on here in D.C. We're going to take a look at some of them with the author of the new book, First Pets.
And Larry King, making his movie Back Home, will tell you why he and his current wife are closer to making up than breaking up.
And if you want to talk to us about what's going on, just send us an email. There's our email address. We'll be right back after this break.
Goss's Garage.